Whenever I take on a big project, and I'm going to use the example of a book. I wrote a book on P.T. Barnum back in the 90s. It's called There's a Customer Born Every Minute. And I'm really proud of the book. I was fascinated by P.T. Barnum. I was passionate about learning all about his business principles because he was an entrepreneur, a politician, a best-selling author, a marketing genius, publicity genius, and I wanted to tell the story. So I ended up getting a contract from the publisher to do this. And the first thing that happened was panic, because I realized Barnum was overwhelming as a character. He lived 80 some years and he had so many adventures and so many projects, and I wanted to understand his business and his principles, and I wanted to also learn them so I can apply them today and write a book that wasn't just a biography but was a success manual. So the first thing that happened was overwhelm. And I've noticed that this happens every time I take on a project, that as soon as I start thinking about, okay, I have to write this book, or now I'm going to create this new music CD and I've got to write 10 songs, the first thing that happens is panic. And so the thing that I've learned from that challenge is that when I break everything down into manageable, bite-sized chunks, I can do it. I remember when the Barnum book deal was there, and at first I'm elated because I got the deal, and then I'm panicking because now I have to write a huge book. One of the things I did was get 15 manila folders, and I labeled each one of them chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4. I just broke it all down, and then I started asking myself, what would be in chapter 1? Well, there's an introduction of some sort, so I wrote introduction there. And then I started just making it up. What's going to be in chapter 2? Well, I wasn't really sure, but I knew P.T. Barnum had been a speaker at one point. It was one of the ways he raised money when he had gone bankrupt. So I wrote speaker on that folder. And then as I was doing all my research, whenever I came across an anecdote about speaking, it went in the speaking folder. And I did the same thing with all of those folders. And so the punchline here is, by breaking down the overwhelming challenge, whatever it had to be in my life, into pieces that I can manage and either do in an hour or do in a day or do by the week, I knew that I can get the project done. And obviously, I got the book done. The book went into print. It became a bestseller. It was one of the first things I was on television for, was that book. It was later picked up by another publisher, and it's still in print today, and I'm still very proud of that book. But it started with the feeling of, oh my God, how am I going to do it?